Avengers! Assemble.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. It's the Prevengers here, guys, and welcome back to another Marvel Feature 5 video. I apologize for this video being a little late, guys, but we're here with the brand new Midnight Suns update that came out about 3 days ago. So we're here to break it down for you guys, tell you everything there is to know, and take a look at all the brand new uniform and skill animations. So let's dive straight on into it. First of all, we got Timeline Survival going on right now, so make sure to go play that if you haven't already. Along with this update, we of course got the brand new Team Up Collection and uniforms, and we're going to sort of break it all down for you guys. So first of all, the Team Up Collection. I'm not going to dive too much into it this video because I want to sort of dive into it next video. I'm going to make a dedicated video towards it, but what I will tell you right now is that you're either going to A, love this edition, or B, you're going to hate it, depending on how much you've built up these characters. But like I said, we'll dive deep into it. All you got to know is that you basically get additional buffs for these characters here if you have them upgraded by their uniforms and whatnot. So yeah, like I said, we'll dive deep into that in the next video. As far as the uniforms, we got, of course, 3 new uniforms and a brand new character. So let's go ahead and take a look at their skill animations like we do for every update. And dive straight on into that. So we're going to start here with Sister Grimm here. She, of course, gets the Tier 3 advancement. We're going to go ahead and turn off her cooldown so we can go ahead and look at her skills. Her first skill here, she's going to create multiple of these Doctor Strange-looking portals, and she's going to have a lot of purple energy that looks very similar to Dormammu smacking around the enemies. The second skill, probably one of my favorites. She makes these birds that fly out and explode that are made of pure fire, which looks awesome. Her third skill here, she has a bunch of balls of fire that she just kind of waves around with the wand, making them go into different sort of patterns to attack the enemy. On her fourth skill here, she makes multiple of herself, and they all sort of pan out and make this little ring around the enemies, and then just blast absolute power everywhere. On her fifth skill here, she makes a cool looking pattern of magic on the bottom. It explodes absolutely everywhere, creating more patterns on the ground. And of course, the staff being the one that slams down and creates that sort of impact. On her sixth skill here, she's going to float up here and literally just create this massive icicle made of magic that just slams down on the enemy. Let's see if we can look at that one more time because it looks great. She throws down a bunch of shards, and then we just got this big giant spike ball at the very end that absolutely slams the enemy. So yeah, the skill animations, of course, as always, they don't miss, and they look great. So her practice combo here is going to be a 5 delay, then 4, and then slight delay, and then a 3 for the regular rotation. For her Tier 3 rotation, you're going to pop 6 immediately into 5, a slight delay on the 4, and then 3, just like the regular rotation there. So yeah, that is what Sister Grimm's looking like. Now we take a look at Dr. Voodoo, of course, getting the Transcended with Man-Thing. I'm going to go ahead and pop his skill animations here. His first skill, he sort of holds his wand and then drops a bunch of these, I think, looking skull things on the enemy. The second skill here, he powers up the wand, and then there's just a bunch of little, like, I don't even know what that is. They're just like little strikes that hit everywhere and are just sort of patterning in a circle around the enemy. On his third skill here, he shoots out fire out of his staff, and then this giant wave of fire comes out at the very end. His fourth skill here, we see a lot of magic runes on the bottom, and then just this giant explosion hits up afterwards. And his fifth skill here, my favorite, he pounds down the ground, summons this whale that comes out of all the runes and magic, and it just sort of slams into the enemy and deals tons of damage. That's a pretty sick looking skill there. Then on his Transcendent here with Man-Thing, they go absolutely crazy. Man-Thing turns huge and starts smashing the ground everywhere, while Dr. Voodoo is creating up some magic to deal more damage. And yeah, that's pretty much his skills. So if we take a look at his skill combo here, he's going to have a 5, 4, 1, and then 3. Pretty much instant cancel everything except for a slight delay after the first skill. Then on his Transcendent, it's going to be very similar. It's just 6, 5, 4, 1, and then 3, of course. So it's just putting the 6 in right before that. And that is his practice combo there. Then last but not least, I guess, is Tier 4 Doctor Strange with his brand new uniform. We'll get into it in a sec. After we look over all the skills and animations, we'll give you guys our thoughts so far and general consensus on the updates. And then we'll tell you what is to come on the channel for this update. All right, his first skill here, he's going to go ahead and summon a Doctor Strange looking rune on the bottom, of course, as always. And then his third skill here, he creates this black hole, and you can actually see in the inside of the black hole, kind of looks like the background of Dormammu when you're fighting him in GBR. It looks pretty darn sick. It goes from black, and then you see the outer space, and it just sort of sucks in the enemies. His second skill here, you see him sort of phasing in and out of the dark dimension. It kind of looks like in the background there. His fourth skill has a V-pad, of course. He summons multiple of himself, and then they all shoot this giant laser at the enemy, and it looks absolutely sick. On his fifth skill here, he's going to sort of do his sort of pose there, and then he creates this massive circle that deals tons of damage, and this thing takes up literally almost the entire training map here. It's actually insane. Yeah, that takes up the entire arena. It's a pretty big surface, so yeah, you're gonna get hit by that pretty much no matter what. His tier 3 skill stays the same here, but it looks pretty cool with his brand new uniform, of course, with that yellow and black pattern on his hands. It makes it look pretty darn cool, but obviously it still stays the same. For his tier 4 animation here, he sort of gets this giant power up. He gets this dome shape of the Sanctum symbols around him as he sort of flies around with the tier 4 advancement there. So his regular rotation is going to be a 5 delay, then 3, 2, 4, and then you're going to have a slight delay after the 4, right into the 1. That's going to be pretty interesting for proccing. I'm not sure how it's going to work out with the 1, but that is, according to MFF, his combo. And then once you get to the tier 3 combo, along with the tier 4, it gets pretty darn complicated. You get a tier 3, you're going to let him play it out. You're going to go 7, and of course it's going to freeze real quick, 5, and then 3, 2, 4 again, and then 1. And like I'm saying, with the proccing there, I'm not sure how that's going to end up working out. But according to MFF, that's his skill combo. But yeah, there are the 3 brand new uniforms there in Doctor Strange, Sister Grimm, and Dr. Voodoo. As far as skill animation-wise, they all look great. It's some sort of skills we're used to with Doctor Strange and Voodoo, but they definitely got little twists on them on these uniforms. And it's obviously great to see Dr. Voodoo and Sister Grimm get their first uniforms. Then obviously what a lot of people have been talking about is the brand new character in Man-Thing who goes straight to Transcended, who is also free, by the way. And I love the little animation there where he's running around. He literally leaves like an imprint on the ground, and then it sort of disappears. So let's go ahead and take a look at his skill combo, or his skills and then his skill combo. So his first skill here, he's going to pound all around. He's got a lot of mud and guck just going everywhere as he moves. His second skill here is very similar, except at the very end he has a sort of juggernaut rush. And I think I clicked the wrong one. Hold on. That was the first skill. So his second skill here, he sort of goes underground and then comes back up and absolutely slams the enemy with a sort of clap. On his third skill here, he smashes around like crazy and then starts just throwing straight up mud at you, which is awesome. Then on his fourth skill here, he's going to go ahead and let out this incredible roar. A bunch of roots are going to come out everywhere and just deal tons of damage. On his fifth skill here, he sort of stays looking down at the ground for a while, powers up, does this slash, and just explosions go absolutely everywhere. You can't even tell what's going on, but it's pretty cool. And he's just sort of standing still while letting all the explosions go. Then, of course, we saw the Transcendent skill, but we get another good look at it here. And obviously, focusing on Man-Thing this time, he looks absolutely massive and huge, and I love the sort of animation there. I know I said focus on Man-Thing, but it's sort of focused on Dr. Voodoo instead. Okay, it's just showing both, but yeah. Pretty darn cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at his practice combo. He's going to be 5, 4, then 3. And then as for his tier 3 or Transcendent, it's going to be 6, 5, 4, and then 3. So pretty self-explanatory. All right, so yeah, there are the new characters and, of course, the brand new uniforms. So we're going to get into the team-up collection in the future, like I said. So I'm going to sort of give you my general consensus here and sort of general thoughts for this update. So first of all, we went ahead. I can't find him. There he is. We went ahead and bought Doctor Strange. We have his potential unlocked, so we're going to get straight into Tier 3 World Boss Legend in GBR, and then, of course, Level 80 World Boss Legend in GBR. I will not be Tier 4ing him because of the fact that he doesn't seem all that great. So, yeah, spoiler alert if you didn't already know, but I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen other videos. Doctor Strange is disappointing. I actually, if you have his old uniform, the Doctor Strange 2 uniform, I would go ahead and hold on to this uniform, and I wouldn't waste your crystals on buying this one, because they're basically the exact same thing. Damage-wise, they are equal. The only difference is that Death of Doctor Strange has a little bit more of defenses. So I would just hold on to this uniform and skip out on this one if you already have this one. Now, of course, if you don't have either, then I'd go ahead and buy this one because the defenses are better. But otherwise, it's kind of a scam. And we'll get into that when we talk about his videos in the next video. But otherwise, we're going to have those videos coming out for you guys. We're going to skip on Sister Grimm and Dr. Voodoo just because they're both supports. And, God, that's going to drive me crazy clicking on that wrong one. We're going to go ahead and skip on them because they're just supports, and I'm not going to really need them if I'm not going to tier 4 Doctor Strange because they're really geared towards magic characters. Voodoo might have some potential with other characters, but I'm going to go ahead and save my crystals and skip out on them. I will, however, be unlocking, or not unlocking, we'll go ahead and building Man-Thing here. We went ahead and unlocked them, and we got them at 1 stars. We're going to build them up from 1 all the way to Transcended in a video coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that. And we're going to go ahead and check him out because obviously he's the first free character in 2 years, so that's huge. And we definitely don't want to miss out on making a video on that. So yeah, stay tuned for all that. But overall, the sort of update, what is my consensus? I'm not gonna lie, it's a little disappointing, mainly because of Doctor Strange. Sister Grimm and Voodoo seem like good supports, but like I said, they're not going to shine if Doctor Strange isn't good, and Doctor Strange right now is not good. So it's kind of upsetting. The fact that his damage didn't increase is really annoying because he's not really useful in anything else. So you were hoping that his damage would be better in World Boss Legend GBR, but if it's the exact same as his old uniform, then this uniform is sort of just a cash grab. Of course, level 80... is going to make his damage better, but you don't really need to tier 4 him because you don't need him for sort of any sort of content. So that's kind of where I'm sitting here with Doctor Strange. And then, like I said, we're going to get into the team-up collection, and right now it's just kind of either annoying or really good for you. We'll sort of talk about it in the next video. But yeah, that sort of does it for my sort of update review here. Overall, I want to be positive about it. I'll take... Man-Thing, getting a free character. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much the biggest highlight. Everything else was a little disappointing. So yeah, that's my sort of overall thoughts. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, as always, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Stay locked here on the channel because we're only 200 subscribers away from 1,000. We're on the final sort of road here, final stretch to 1K. So we're going to be pumping out content like crazy. And of course, this update has plenty of content left for us to review. So stay tuned. We're going to have tons more videos coming your way. So have a great rest of your day, guys. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.